Mike's trying to blind us with that shirt. But we're gonna drink some Highland Whiskey.
That's why I wore this shirt.
Highland Whiskey brings out the orange in you, huh?
It's my Highland Whiskey shirt.
What's up? Welcome back to Brolic Whiskey. I'm Metahuman Dave.
J.M.
Just Mike. We always review our whiskeys 3 different ways, so if that's something that interests you, hit that little subscribe button. Hit the bell icon to be notified of new videos because we upload videos each and every week. Most of the time, multiple reviews every week. So show some love. Mike, what's interesting about this one is it is a Highland whiskey, but I think it's going to remind you somewhat of some of the Islay whiskeys minus the peat.
Really? It's a sharp smell.
Going to get some maritime coastal notes that they say. I just say it's saltiness. Yeah, it's going to have a real salty flavor.
It's got a really sharp smell to it. Like it tingles my nose.
Right?
Yeah.
It's an interesting one.
Yeah. What is this?
It is Old Pulteney, aged 12 years, and they age it exclusively in ex-bourbon casks. So you should pick up some of the sweeter notes from the bourbon, but overwhelmingly, at least for myself, I get a lot of saltiness, which I thoroughly enjoy from this whiskey.
To me, it's not a lot of saltiness, but yeah, it's like there. It's almost like a potato chip.
Potato chip?
Yeah. That's the level of saltiness I get out of it.
Now, granted, again, just like you said with the last video, this is a little under halfway, so could have been a lot of oxidation. This again was given to us by Dave since he's moving away and limited space on the moving truck. I like this one. I still get a lot of salt, so
it's interesting. Like I said, I don't get a lot of salt. It's like a potato chip to me in terms of saltiness, but man, it has a great duration. Man, that thing sticks around. I like that.
That's why I was saying although it's a Highland, I personally think that it's going to remind a lot of people of an Islay style whiskey without the smokiness. Ignore the smokiness and all the other things that you often get with an Islay whiskey. You're going to get a little bit of sweetness, good amount of saltiness, a long lingering finish.
It is quite the long lingering finish. Saltiness, like you said, a little bit of brininess. I don't get much sweet. I don't know where you get much sweet from. It's really interesting because it does have that long duration, but it doesn't have an oily texture to it. You know what I mean? It almost has a thin texture to it, but man, this thing sticks around.
It just tingles the tongue and it stays there with the flavor. I really like this whiskey. I'd like you to score it before I score mine.
Okay.
And then
yeah, I think you're a little over the top with this one. I'm not as much in love with it as you.
I could tell.
Yeah, I'd probably throw a solid 6.2 somewhere out there.
6.2.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna go a bit higher than him. I'm gonna go sub 8, but like 7.9. It's pretty close up there.
Damn.
Here's one of the things that I really love about this whiskey. I feel Old Pulteney is one of the most underrated whiskeys out there. Put that down again if you missed it. I think this is one of the most underrated whiskeys out there. This is inexpensive Scotch, especially for a whiskey that's aged 12 years.
How much is this?
Somewhere in the ballpark of around 40-ish bucks.
Okay, that's very reasonable. Again, I'm not as excited as you are. You seem to be over the moon with this one.
Well, considering that this is only about $40, and it has a long lingering finish, really good flavor. You can throw this in the same field or compete it against some of the $80 to $125 whiskeys and it's going to hold its own. So for something that's anywhere between half to a quarter of the price of its competitors, this thing's head and shoulders above, especially if you're on a budget.
Yeah. No, I think it's a good buy. Not as excited as you are, but I think it's a good buy.
I think the water brought out more of the brininess.
Yeah.
It's a little more salty.
Yeah, it's kind of pickly. I can't say that I'm real thrilled about that.
All right. Well, it thins things out a lot. The finish is still there, but not as enjoyable. Like, it brings out a little bit of a harshiness to it. It's a lot thinner. I would say avoid the water so far. I will give it a second sip, but at first impressions, avoid the water.
Yeah, do you get like a, almost like a black pepper in there? There's something just not pleasant about that. Yeah. That
I'm letting it coat all the sections of my tongue right now. That's why it took me a little while to answer.
That nasty note is there. I don't like it.
And actually, it does have a peppery note on the sides of the tongue, where it hits you with that weird little sharpness.
Yeah. Also, it's that alcohol flavor that doesn't appeal to me.
Yeah,
You know?
it's
not there.
for how much I love Old Pulteney neat. I will say avoid the water. It's not undrinkable. It's not a 1 by any means, but it's not what neat was, and I loved it neat. Maybe like a 3.
I was going to be a little bit more friendly. Like you said, it's not awful where you couldn't drink it. You can drink this. It doesn't appeal to me at all. But still, I still think it's a 4. I think that's fair.
Okay. We're going to move on to the final way. We're keeping these videos short and sweet for you on this rainy Sunday.
Yeah, it's getting worse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It has a long, lingering finish, which usually is a good thing, but I'm with him. Like, he's making the bitter beer face. Right now, if anyone's old enough to remember those commercials.
This is like when I first started drinking back in college, and my first drink was tequila, and that was the go-to. So yeah, you know, you have too much and just bleh.
It's funny you say that.
Bleh.
Scotch Noob, again, one of the guys I always go to bat for. I say he's one of the best reviewers out there. He's got a blog dedicated to reviewing whiskeys. He said the same thing, that it reminded him of tequila. He said in his review that most people will say that they get a briny or saltiness. He actually got more of a tequila type flavor.
Well, that's what it reminded me of, is the whole upchuck of the tequila, and that nastiness as we sat and waited. It just got bleh. That's what it tasted like.
I will say this. As much as I love it neat, I can't have it any other way. I think this is less enjoyable than it was with the water. And that was just the first impression.
Wow.
It's not good on ice.
It's not. It's not. $40. Save money on other whiskey. Save money on ice cubes. Hell, don't even pour it in a glass. Just drink it from the bottle. Save money all around. No. I'm going to take it down to a 3. It's almost undrinkable. Almost.
Ooh, man, you're way, way nicer than I am, bro. I don't like it on ice. Not at all. That's why I'm pouring it neat, because I need to get rid of that horrible flavor that's in my mouth right now. I'm actually dropping it down to that really bad low score of
Undrinkable?
1.8. Like, it's close to an undrinkable whiskey for me. But I love it neat. I'm going to tell you, try it neat. I think this is one of the most underrated whiskeys out there, and for that price range of around $40-ish, this is a must-buy, must-try recommendation from me, because I love Old Pulteney.
I don't love it as much, but hey, give it a swing. Can't hit until you swing. All right.
Neat's the way to go. That's so good. We're going to eat some food now.
Thank God.